Hey guys, how are we going? We are back on Arabia, and it is RVK Orcus, also known as Chris, in green, playing as Huns. His opponent will be TheViper, playing in red and as the Huns. Now, I know everybody doesn't like seeing Huns games, but lots of the pros play Huns all the time, and honestly, you do get some bloody amazing games out of it, which is why I'm airing this one. And I know Chris, again, yesterday, I've put up 2 doubles in a row, but they've just been such good games and so much different types of play going on. I've decided that really it'd be nice to put them up because they're just good games to watch. So, Chris, what have we got? We've got the sheep scouting going on. We have the main scout coming around to scout, and we're probably going to see standard openers, maybe a drush from each player. And it looks like there's lots of resources scattered between this middle section here. This gold isn't that far away from Viper, but it's not nice. Berries aren't in a great position, going to not be able to saturate it fully due to those trees there. Gold over this section here could go to this one instead of this one once she finds out where Chris is, because that one's going to be a lot harder for Chris to harass, and it's going to buy him a lot more time to come around here. And he could just simply put a bit of palisade up there to force him to come right past this town centre. So back forest as well, so we can probably expect the lumber camp to come up there and there. Wouldn't be surprised if it comes up over here as well, and we get a mill there because he can defend that section there quite easily. And Chris starting to find all his sheep. Got these forage bushes here in the front. Not a nice position for them. I always hate having forage bushes in the front because I always feel like I'm going to either get scouts or something run in, come around behind me, and just absolutely hold them there and just kill off all my units. So 7th villager going to the lumber camp there, as pretty much always in pro games you get the first 5 or 6 on the sheep, and then depending if you're Britons, of course, if you're Britons you can always have less because they do get that bonus with the sheep. But this is just a general style we get from pros now. They put the first 5 to 6 on sheep, put the next 2 onto lumber, first one comes out, builds the lumber camp, and next one comes out, starts straight onto the lumber, and just start putting some there. That way they have enough for houses, they can get that early barracks up, and they should be alright. Chris does have this nice back gold, though I'm not going to say that's bad, because that is actually the best position I can possibly think of to have it. I always love having gold in the back, it means you can get quite a lot of archers out quite quickly. Looks like Chris is still missing 2 of his sheep here. Let's just check out the scouting for both players. Chris, not bad, and I've seen that I am currently on Viper, not Chris. That's a bit glitchy there. But scouting's quite good. He's got quite a big area already scouted out, so he knows what he's got around him, and I wouldn't be surprised if he starts to go scout for Viper very, very soon. Viper probably got a little bit less scouting done, but he has less black spots in his way, and he's already starting to scout out for Chris, as we can see. So, what do I want to talk about while we are waiting for the Dark Age to be over? I'm going to speed it up now because we've talked about everything that we need to talk to. And there's that lumber camp up there. I thought it would go to the back, and it did. Awesome. So basically what I wanted to say is, and I love getting feedback for the channel, it always helps me find my direction, helps put in new features, etc, etc. Hence, we got the replay. So if you want things like that, let me know. It makes it very easy to do. I can always edit things in. It's not too much trouble. And I do put a lot of time into, well, not a lot of time into editing them, really. I just find the best bits of the game. You can generally remember them when you're done, so I just find them, chop them out, put them up as a replay. So if there's anything else you would want done like that, and I know the replays are kind of small, but I don't want to ruin any of this perspective. I know I could go up to about that big, but if something happens while I'm doing that, that's going to be my main problem. I don't want something like that to happen. Chris going for these deer. So my main question is, are you happy with the random maps? Or do you want to see something else? Like, do you want to see some custom scenario? I have played a few custom scenarios. I'm not a big custom scenario fan because I do get bored of them quite quickly. And a barracks coming up there for Chris, so he's going to be able to get those militia out nice and quick. And there we go, barracks coming up for Viper, so we're both going to see a drush from those players. Doesn't look like either player will get a heal bonus in this unless Viper attacks from this way up here. So, back to what I was saying. Custom scenarios, definitely if you want them. However, I don't think there's a lot of custom scenario people who watch at this point. There is mostly random map people, which is why I do so much random map. What else is there? Deathmatch? Do you want to see deathmatch, or is there anything else in general you just want to see? I know there's lots of custom scenarios out there. I haven't really been a big fan of the playthroughs just because they go for so long. Like, I've got no problem doing them, but whether or not people actually want to do them, because I know I prefer to always play them myself rather than actually watching somebody else play them. But you know, let me know what you want to see. If you do, that's cool. So, let's get into this game. We've got the militia sitting here. It's 3 militia and 3 militia. It looks like this scout over here has a bit more hit points, And here we go, trying to get that scout out with the scout there. Looks like these militia are going to be in trouble, lagging out a bit there, and going to lose that militia there quite quickly. One hit from that scout, and I believe, no, he is on full. Something is on very low, or did he die? The one that was on very low has already died. Might be luring him here, and Chris paying attention just in time there, making sure to get out. And we've got Chris moving forward with villagers now, and Viper is going up. Chris nearly up already, so Chris is going to have the advantage. Walling his opponent's gold in now. I don't know, he hasn't seen any other Viper's gold. The only one he's got is this one down over here. Other than that, he's going to have to move right down here or over here. So this is very smart play. Forcing him to use this back gold over here. It means he's going to be able to get around here, force his opponent to wall a lot more and a lot more harshly. And we've got 6 militia there, plus the scout, so an army of 6 there. Going up to man-at-arms, a very smart play, going to be able to hold this down here. And looks like he might come around, garrisoning that town centre, but keeping control of those units extremely well. We've got that watchtower coming up there, not a lot Viper's going to be able to do about it, mainly because these man-at-arms are here, and it's not in range of the town centre. So basically this area here, it's going to be a no-go zone until he gets rid of this tower. So Chris playing a very good game right now. Moving on to that stable, might be able to kill it off. Viper, no doubt they're going for some cavalry. Of course, he has been able to see these archery ranges. I would definitely say he'd be able to. Yeah, he can definitely see those archery ranges. So he's going to be able to counter that with scouts, and putting up a defensive tower there. Quite funny when you had a little scout there doing a bit of breakdancing. And what have we got? We've got a blacksmith coming up over here. Like I always say, it's good to utilize those forward villages. Build whatever you can with them. Outpost coming up there, and blacksmith, it'll allow him to advance up, plus get his extra, well, upgrades for his archers most likely. Haven't seen any upgrades so far. Would be surprised that if we don't see the arch upgrades, because I would love to see these towers get a bit more range on them. Stonewalling in there from the Viper. Obviously he did not want to do this, but he had to, and I'm going to slow it right down because we see red blobs moving towards Chris right now. Looks like that villager is going to go down. We have no upgrades yet for Viper. Of course, I don't even think he has blacksmith up. Losing that villager. We do have a spear coming out from Chris, and he's going to get 2 hits there, and looks like they are going to come in. These lumberjacks here could be in trouble. These spears are going to be able to do quite a bit of damage, and coming out of there. So let's jump back over here. Not a lot going on. Having to wall his mill out by the looks of it there, and still a deer there, so didn't exactly get what he wanted from that. And here we go, harassment on this gold mine. If he can bring some scouts around here, he might be able to hold them in, but these spearmen here are going to do the damage. Losing that scout there. Spearmen, of course, are doing lots and lots of damage to cavalry. Let's just speed this up while they run away. And see what's going on down over here. Chris still in Viper's base, still getting all the harassment he can. Putting another tower up over here, so he is absolutely pushing into Viper right now. He doesn't want him on this wood source anymore, and wouldn't be surprised if he moved another lumber camp down over here and used this section over here. Like I said, extremely smart play putting this tower up. Not only does he cover this farm here, making it a waste of 60 wood, he also covers this gold mine so he can't break it down, and he's forced him to go to this one back here. And if you look, that's extremely unprotected when you look at this one here. Actually, they're about the same, honestly, and that one's in the front, so honestly I probably would have gone to this back one anyway. But it's still not nice because it's got this nasty hill here, and nobody likes that hill. So what have we got down here? Looks like we haven't lost too much. More skirmishers though. Skirmishers going to be able to outrange spearmen, of course, because spearmen have a crappy range, which is why they are a melee unit. Never know, I could see them be put to like 1 range maybe, if they were like a halberdier or something, but I don't know. So here go the skirmishers, taking out that one spear, going to take out the second one here. No doubt that one's going to go out pretty quickly, chasing that one skirmisher. That's what I always like about skirmishers, they do micro themselves, or tend to. And here we go. It looks like he could lose a few villages here, actually. Sounds like 1, 2, and a scout. Maybe another scout went down. Can't exactly tell. Looks like that. Well, a few villages went down there nonetheless. And we've got archers coming in here against skirmishers. If these skirmishers get up in the hill there, they will be able to do a bit of damage. Chris moving his main force back, though. I am very surprised with this. I know these towers are putting the pressure on and holding him off this section here. In fact, he is taking damage from these. It may be minimal damage, but he can't continue to get lumber from that area. And Viper walling himself off quite well. Surprised he hasn't done anything to wall this section, though. It is extremely open. But Chris is playing very well this game so far. He's been able to do a lot of damage. And it looks like over here, we are going to see most of these archers get taken out. Is he going to go for the high ground? No, he is just starting to run away. Scout, of course, going to be able to do a bit of damage. And here we go, these archers matching up here on the top of this hill, going to be able to do a lot of damage if he decides to. But he's continuing to run it off. These villagers still continuing to put the pressure on these skirmishers. And these men-at-arms, of course, going to just chase over these skirmishers and continue to outrange them. one archer there. Losing an archer there though for Viper. Expensive unit. Definitely, if you can aim for the expensive units, I know I would hate to lose an archer rather than a skirmisher. Another tower coming up over here right now, so that is going to not be nice at all. Going to get him off this lumber source here and probably push him over to this one here or this one back here. And if Viper isn't careful, he's going to lose a lot around here. These villages are going to be picked off extremely quickly. And no ballistics or thumb ringer there, so they are going to be able to do that damage. This tower looks like it might not go up. These archers here are going to be able to just slowly push these villages off it. However, it only needs like 50 more hit points, so I am going to see it go up probably from this villager. No, 18 more hit points. Come on, go up. And losing a villager there, actually. These skirmishers pushing out against these archers. And is this villager going to turn around? He's on 8 HP right now. And I'm expecting to see a fight over here as well between these, so I'm going to try and keep an eye on both these ones. And very, very little HP left on that tower for it to be done. There we go, using that hill advantage. And here we go. This villager here is going to get the tower up. No way that he can't possibly do it. Bang, bang, no. 7 HP left on that tower before it goes up. This is actually so suspensing. If this tower goes up, there'll be a lot of damage to Viper done. Let's just check. Viper not going up to castle. We do not have Chris going up to castle yet either. Chris could be saving up though. It looks like he might be. And here we go. This tower is going to go up. There's no archers here to defend it. And wouldn't be surprised at all if he garrisons some archers in there to do that. Skirmishers pushing these archers here away. However, these men-at-arms are attacking these villagers down over here. And they are going to be in trouble because there are archers up on this hill firing down at them. So there's not a lot he's going to be able to do against it. We have another watchtower coming up now. I'm going to speed things up while we wait. And Viper doesn't look like he's going to... Well, Chris doesn't look like he's going to Castle Age, actually. He's got that 100 gold there and that food, but he's continuing to spend it off. Whether he's going completely onto men-at-arms, I'll actually check. We've got 1 cavalry, 19 range unit, 2 infantry. So it looks like he is going heavily into the cavalry, which means we can expect cavalry archers when he decides to age up. He's got nearly 500 food on the table now, so he's going to be able to advance quite quickly now. And only needing a few hundred more food there. And the army sizes, they look comparably close, honestly. We can see that Viper is having... He's been forced off 3 lumber camps so far. That's just not nice. He's playing very well, in other words. So trying to bust through this section here. And skirmishers versus archers, we know how that's going to end unless they are outmassed and getting a heal bonus. So it looks like those archers should be right. The +1 for both there, the attack and the defense, plus the range. So it looks like he could be out of gold here soon. Viper's going to be in trouble. If I could target that to see how much is left on that. 450 gold left on that. Not a lot there, honestly. So let's check. And Chris going up to Castle Age now. Viper not going up. Could be in trouble there. Lots of gold available. But he could be in trouble if he doesn't come in, and we could see some knights could do very well against these archers and skirmishers. However, you know what they say, those who goes knights in a Huns war are generally losers. Just because cavalry archers can get that hill bonus so well, and micro so well, and just get in and do the damage to your economy, whereas knights will have to run in and try and get that harassment on. So let's see, we've got scouts coming into Vipers into Chris's base. I'm too used to saying Vipers because he's been under attack all day today. Looks like we are going to get a tower up here. However, I don't know if it'll do too much. If you can get on this villager here and get him off this tower, doesn't look like it. Looks like it's going to go up with no problems. And these scouts here can be taken out quite easily. They have no upgrades on them, so not a lot they're going to be able to do. And we have Chris moving into Viper's base right now. Viper's using that hill advantage there, but we do have a mix of skirmishers and archers from Chris. Chris is definitely in a better position here because of these skirmishers, but it looks like they are going to go down even though Viper has the hill bonus. Nope, Chris doing the smart thing of running away there. Of course, a tactical retreat, I would call it. This archery range here continuing to pump out archers and reinforcing quite quickly, especially with these 3 archery ranges right here. We have Chris going up to Castle, as you could have seen it right there, and I was not in a place to speak about that at that time. We do have a market going up for Viper, so whether or not he is going to start buying food or gold, or start selling for gold, or buy stone, I do not know. And he could be selling wood off, honestly. But he's going to need that for cavalry archers if he decides to go for it. However, he does have Chris in a good position right now. He's garrisoned around the bottom of this tower, so there's not a lot they're going to be able to do about it. Slowly taking out this tower here, like 8 hit points at a time. Cavalry archers coming in from Chris, though, and Chris is at a big advantage right now. He is in Castle Age. Viper is only halfway there. We do have the +2 upgrades for... just a little bit of Viper's signature there, well, name plate. We do have the +2 attack upgrade, which also grants the +2 range. So that's going to be doing a lot of damage, honestly, especially when they're on 4+2, 6+2, and these are only on 4+1, 4+1. So right there, that's going to not help at all. Viper's been boxed in a lot of this game so far. However, he is at an advantage right now. He has been able to do a lot of damage down over here, and he's starting to get that harassment on, which is good. This tower is slowly going down. He has been harassed all game. Chris has most of his buildings forward, though, which means if he gets attacked back at his base, like he has been, it's not going to be pretty. And these archers here are going to be able to outrange and most likely kill them off. Let's see. And forcing them off, which means this tower is going to be able to get some hits on them. And it doesn't look like it's been too nice there. Viper nearly in Castle Age, though, so it is actually very close. Viper does have a very good economy, though. Chris, not as great, I would say. It looks like Viper's got a much better economy at this stage. But both players in Castle Age. Viper currently only up by 100 points, so it is very close. However, Viper has no gold to go to at the moment. I don't think he's even seen any more gold. No, he hasn't even seen this one up over here yet. So he's mining stone at this stage, and I would say he's selling that off for gold. So, and it looks like he could be selling off some wooden food there as well. What are we going to see from you? Are we going to see cavalry archers? We're going to see elite skirmishes. Of course, skirmishes don't cost gold, so that seems to be the way. So at the moment, Chris does have the map control. These cavalry archers do give a lot of map control when it comes down to it, because they are so mobile and can get around so much. So we've got elite skirmishes, we have crossbows. So those elite skirmishes are going to be able to do a lot of damage to those cavalry archers, but they're going to be able to micro around it. And if he's, say, up here defending the lumber camp, he can run back over here with the cavalry archers, kill off a few villages, then run back, and so on and so on, and just micro those cavalry archers to get the most damage he can. Looks like Viper is definitely selling off stone at this stage, and doesn't look like he has enough gold to really go for cavalry archers. He does have the light cavalry upgrade, which is probably a smart idea. And here we go, exactly what I said. We have those cavalry archers running in straight past those skirmishes, killing off as many villages as they can right now, continuing to run away from those skirmishes. Light cavalry here could be toast. Yep, going down. That one there as well. Yes, it is gone. We have the +2 range upgrades and attack for Viper right now, but we do not see that +2 defense. Over here, though, we do have skirmishes and crossbows moving towards Chris. I want to pay attention to this down here, just to see if Viper deal with this. Looks like they should get away, garrisoning this town center here, and away go those cavalry archers. Looks like he's going to pick off a few more villages first, and these skirmishes just being forced to run after them. Not a lot they can do. Now, if we look, Viper's down here harassing Chris. So, what's he going to do? What's his plan? These skirmishes soaking up a lot of this tower damage, which is good. Most likely going to see a mangonel from Chris right now. And not there, so surprise, surprise, actually, I was expecting a mangonel definitely to be there, because he could have taken out so many of those archers at once. Wait, there we go, mangonel is on the production, could have just been low on resources there. I didn't even look, probably should have. Viper actually looks like he has a great economy at the moment. He's got 3 town centers up, Chris on 2, but it looks like could have a 3rd up somewhere, and a 3rd going up there. So not bad as well, but we do have a 4th town center going up for Chris, and we have no 4th for Viper by the looks of it. Yep, no 4th, but we do have lots of skirmishes out, actually, which are going to be a great counter to these cavalry archers if they can keep up, which is the main thing. That's the main thing we're having problems with right now. And if you can't tell already, I've fixed the lag issue. I have no idea what I've done, but it's fixed, so I'll take the credit for it. So, Chris going knight. Very interesting. Going to be able to get up close to those skirmishes and force them to move back. But the crossbows as well, they're not able to out-micro like cavalry archers can. So going for those knights could actually be quite a fair call. Either that or he's trying to confuse his opponent. He has that +1 cavalry archer upgrade, which is granted by having all these cavalry archers available. Taking out that knight extremely quickly though. And looks like we might see some pikemen from Viper right now, actually. Yes, we have multiple spears on tail there. He has seen that knight, and it looks like it has... Chris might have just been going to throw him off guard, honestly. I can't even see his stable. I've probably missed it like 3 or 4 times. It's probably up here, actually. Yeah, there we go. So we have 2 stables up, actually. And it looks like Viper is going to be able to take down these defenses over here. Very well played. These rams absorbing a large amount of damage. Castle coming up for Viper. Viper is going to be able to hold this section out here extremely well now, forcing Chris back and blocking him off there with all these skirmishes. These skirmishes are going to be able to do insane amounts of damage, taking out these knights very quickly. However, they are knights, and they are doing quite a bit of damage, actually. So, these cavalry archers here just getting away. That castle coming up there, and a town center coming up near this gold. So this gold is going to be claimed by Viper. Viper coming back extremely well here, up by 300 points. They're doing a great job. And definitely, he's pushing out all over this area right now. If we get another ram out here, we are going to expect this area taken back by Viper. And that is really going to hurt Chris. He's currently up by 400 points, so he is continually putting this damage up. And what's... This tower here is being taken out by this castle, so it is on between them. And here we go, Viper is moving out right now. He wants to take out this town center here, get Chris off this gold, wants to punish him for not having any gold earlier on. Viper having a very good economy, and here come the cavalry archers, going to be able to do quite a bit of damage, but these skirmishers, of course, going to be able to keep them in. Of course, they do have the same range, I believe. No, skirmishers actually have better range than cavalry archers, so that micro could work out a bit better. And it looks like this mangonel is going to go down. Yes, mangonel is, of course, extremely good versus skirmishers, and I do have a bit of a squeaky chair at the moment. We do have 2 back stables coming up, and it looks like Viper's going to be able to get onto these wall and gold here very, very quickly. So, light cavalry coming through here. We do have pikemen up on the ball ready to counter these light cavalry, especially versus these skirmishers. I always like to bring a few pikemen in with skirmishers and archers, just because they can be countered by cavalry so easily in low numbers. So these pikemen, of course, going to do a lot of damage, but no doubt he will be targeting them down with the town center. However, this ram here is going to force pretty much everything Chris has got at this point. If I'm actually going to slow this down, because I just want to, actually, I might even pause it, just because I want to see the map at this stage. If we look, Viper has taken a lot of control of this map back. These towers around here are keeping him off this wood source here, but nothing this ram can't handle. He's taken out pretty much all of Chris's forward. This ram here is going to be able to do it, and he's taken pretty much complete just dominance of map control right now. He's got everything under his control. Sorry I paused it, but I just wanted to check how much Viper has come back from. It is only 100 points difference, but Viper has taken the complete map control right back right now. This town center here looks like it is going to go down. No, those knights don't have made the difference. However, if we don't see any more rams, I would be very, very surprised. And here we go, light cavalry coming in from Chris. There is still only about 300 points difference. We do have Viper starting to put down some stables, so we could see some knights of his own, or even just light cavalry. He is, well, not low on gold, but he doesn't have a lot available right now. And there we go, we have another castle. We have a forward castle coming up for Viper right now. This town center being built, but I believe it will be in range of this castle here. And do we have knights being created? Yes, we have knights being created from Viper. Viper going to be able to do a lot of damage. Another ram coming out now, going to be able to get onto this town center. If this castle comes up, it's going to be a good game for Chris. He's going to lose this. He's going to lose this gold spot here. I think he knows that one's there, and I think he knows that one's there. But this fight at the moment, it looks like Chris is in a lot of trouble. Viper currently only up by 200 points, but Chris, what are your resources like? His resources are very low at the moment, only 150 wood, 300 gold, 600 food. So he is looking like he's going to be in a bit of trouble, and this castle is so close to going up right now. And here we go, come on, come on, come on, 50, there we go, castle is up, going to be able to start doing damage to these units here, forcing them off this gold here, and that means Chris is going to have to move to another gold altogether. And I would say this is just about good game for Chris, and Viper's taking the lead there by 1,000 points, taking out this army, putting up that castle, forcing him off this gold here. This lumber camp here is toast, and this is good game. Like, I know it's close, but these pikemen are on the field, so they're going to be able to counter this light cavalry. Chris has no gold left at all. He isn't mining from any other location. We do have these knights in Chris's base, just harassing his farms. And I wouldn't be surprised at all if we see the good game in a few seconds, actually. We do have more and more stables coming up, and there we go. Chris resigning out. Very good play from both players. Viper coming back extremely well there, taking back this map control. This castle's doing a lot, having to move so much there. Those skirmishes though, and having no gold definitely affected him, but once he was able to trade up a bit and get this gold mine here out, he definitely asserted his dominance. So, thanks for watching guys. Remember to comment, rate, and subscribe. Remember to give me feedback on everything possible. So, thank you.